Hey, and welcome to Girls Can Do Anything, the show that encourages ladies to just give it a crack. Over the next few videos, we're going to renovate this whole room. First thing we need to do is get rid of this disgusting carpet. It's only been down about 8 or 9 years, but as you can see how discoloured it's got because it was pretty cheap carpet. So we're going to rip that up, and then I'm going to show you how to get the tacking out that's around all the edges and how to fill the tack holes. Okay, carpet's really easy to pull up at the doorway. You usually have a strip between the two different floors. If not, just find anywhere in the corner where you can get your fingers on it and just pull it and it will start coming up. Under your carpet you'll have this stuff. It's called underlay, and it is just a foam that keeps your carpet nice and squishy, nice and soft to walk on. And as you can see, it's not glued down or anything, so you can just roll that up and get it out of the room. Right, so once you've got your carpet up, you're left with this timber around the edge. That's called tacking or carpet tacking. So it's timber with these nasty little spikes, and that's basically what the carpet was gripping into around the edge. And then in between you'll see there's nails. These are concrete nails, so they go down into the concrete. So we need to get these out without, hopefully, without putting too big a holes in the concrete. I understand you can get a special tool for getting these up, but since I'm not doing it that regularly, I just use a chisel, get it and hit near where the actual nail is. The concrete's already a bit busted around it, so I think I'm going to get a big hole there. So what we're going to do is get up, and you can see that there's only a small divot there. This one here, and as I said, it was already cracked around the concrete, so when I take this nail out, chances are I'm going to get a really big divot here, which is unavoidable. Yeah. So you can see the size of that divot compared to this little one, which is what we want to get. So if you just, as I said, smack near the nail, and just lever it slightly as you're going along. If you just got under there and tried, say with a crowbar, and just tried to reef it up, you're going to end up with big holes like this. So you want to go along and hit the tacking, hit the nails, and just kind of get it slowly. If your nail doesn't come out first go, just give it little taps on either side just to loosen it up a bit, and then you should hopefully be able to get it out without a massive divot. You got all the tack out, go around, and bits like this where there's a crack in it, just get all those bits out, because we're going to have to make it nice and clean before we go to fill them. So if there's any bits that look like they've still got bit to come out, just get it out. And then you're going to have to go over and either vacuum it or just give it really sweep out, get as much dirt and dust out of each hole as you can. Alright, once you've cleaned up your floor and you're ready to start filling in the holes, this is the product that I like to use. It's Concremate, which is an expanding concrete. A lot of your concrete products will actually shrink when they dry. This one will expand. So we're going to make it a really runny mixture, so it pours like a liquid rather than like a putty. And you'll see that the concrete sucks all of the moisture out of it pretty quickly anyway, and it dries within an hour kind of thing. So I'll show you how I use it. Alright, so get some of your Concremate. Now this stuff will actually, it will, even in the cup, will go dry pretty quick. So you need to just make how much you're going to use at that time. So you'll see when I start pouring this, it's pretty much just straight out of liquid. You can add more water or whatever, or add some more powder to it if it's too runny. But I then just pour it in. Now, as I said, this stuff will expand further. So when it starts to dry, how it's all bubbled up at the moment, when it starts to dry, I'll go around with a scraper and scrape it down to be a flat with the concrete. Because you'd be surprised when you're using that vinyl planking, it's not very forgiving with any lumps or bumps that are underneath it. Once it starts getting walked on, you'll see any lumps underneath it. You can see now that this is not as runny, and it's starting to, it's getting pretty thick down the bottom, and up here it's turned into more of a, almost like a putty or a concrete. So we can just add some more water to that and make it runny again. It's only been about 5 minutes, so it does start to go off pretty quick. You can see these are now already starting to dry out. The floor is starting to suck out that moisture, and within about half an hour I then go around with this and just scrape it flat once it's pretty much dried out, before it goes too hard, because the stuff apparently dries harder than concrete. Alright, you can see now that this is drying out, this concrete stuff, concremate. So now what I do is I just go around with a glove and I just go over it, and you'll see that this comes off as a powder. So you do want to do that, and it's only been maybe about 45 minutes or an hour, so you want to do that tonight before it goes rock hard. Tomorrow you wouldn't be able to scrape it off like this. When it comes to vinyl planking around the edges here, you probably don't need to do it, but if it's going to have any kind of pressure and stuff on it, the flooring, it will dip into those dips that are there. So I just do it to make sure I've got a completely flat floor. Some people do a full floor leveler, like it's a liquid leveler that you pour across your whole floor to level it out. I don't do that. I think our floor's level enough, and I'm happy with just filling in these holes and getting the floor as flat and neat as I can.